In tonight's Doc Talk report, rotator cuff tears are more common than you think. Now, in some cases, physical therapy will do the trick, but that's certainly not always the case. CBS 21's Lara Greenberg explains some other surgical options.
The following segment is sponsored by Geisinger Holy Spirit.
The older we get, the more important it is to remain active, but that's often easier said than done.
As we get older, we'll sit there and watch TV, we'll watch football, we'll watch baseball or soccer, a home show or whatever for weeks on a time, and then all of a sudden we're raking the yard or we're moving stuff into the attic.
And just like that, tearing in your rotator cuff and lots of pain. If your pain is minimal, oftentimes Dr. Damian Rispoli says physical therapy will do the trick.
If one muscle is torn or partially torn, as long as the other three are working, and the shoulders rehab, likely it's not going to give you much problems.
The next step, injections that can relieve pain for several weeks or months at a time. But for cases more serious,
here you can see that this curve of the socket and the ball are not lined up.
It can lead to arthritis.
If the patient develops arthritis, we cut off about a tablespoon-sized portion to the top of the bone. We take a metal stem with a metal ball and we replace that surface.
There are several types of shoulder joint replacements.
We bring the socket down and over.
Which is best suited to you depends on how severe your cartilage and bone have been affected.
You start to get a surface that's really more flat on flat, and so you begin to lose the range of motion because the structure of the joint is changing.
Generally, total joint replacement lasts out to 20 years with 90% relief. Partial replacement, good for 15 years with 70% relief. And reverse shoulder replacement lasts up to 10 years with 90% relief. All pretty reasonable and effective, though Dr. Rispoli says recovery can be rough, which is why he still stands by this.
The more active you can be on a recurrent daily basis, the better off you're going to be.
Lara Greenberg, CBS 21.